Cheers from
Let us read lesson number 8, The Two Frogs. Once upon a time in Japan, there lived two frogs. One of them lived in a ditch near the town of Osaka. The other lived in a stream in the town of Kyoto. The two frogs lived far apart, but they both had the same idea at the same time. They wanted to leave home and see a bit of the world. The frog who lived in Kyoto wanted to visit Osaka. Soon I shall go to Osaka, he thought. The frog who lived in Osaka dreamed of seeing Kyoto. Oh, I shall leave soon for Kyoto, he said to himself. One fine morning in spring, both the frogs set out. Halfway between Kyoto and Osaka, there was a mountain. It took the frogs a long time to reach the top, but they did so at last. What a surprise! It was for each to see the other. They took some rest and began to talk about their journeys. I wish we were bigger, said the Osaka frog, for then we could see both towns from here. We could then decide if we want to go on. I have an idea, said the Kyoto frog. If we stand up on our hind legs and hold on to each other, we might see the towns we are traveling to. Could we do that, please? The Osaka frog said it was very good idea. He put his front feet on his friend's shoulders. The frogs stood up on their toes, stretching themselves as high as they could. The Kyoto frog faced Osaka, and the Osaka frog faced Kyoto. But the foolish frogs forgot that when they stood up, their large eyes were at the backs of their heads. So even though they both faced the towns to which they were going to, their eyes saw only the towns from which they had come. Dear me, cried the Osaka frog. Kyoto looked exactly like Osaka. Why then such a long journey? I might as well as go home. If I had known that Osaka was only a copy of Kyoto, I would never have come all this way, the Kyoto frog said, and as he spoke, the frogs let go of each other and fell down on the grass, croaking loudly. The two frogs said goodbye politely and wished each other well. Then each set off for home again. To this day, they both believe that Osaka and Kyoto, which are as different as two towns can be, look exactly the same. Good morning, children. Welcome to the English class. Children, in today's session, we are going to continue the same chapter, that is chapter number 8 from your course book, and the title of this chapter is The Two Frogs. So children, I hope that you have understood this chapter as I have already explained you in my previous video, and you have done the difficult words and word meanings also. So today we are going to do the short answer type questions as well as long answer type question. So children, I request everybody to take CD notebook, as you have to note down these short and long answer type questions in your CD notebook. Okay children, so first we will understand short answer type questions. Question number 1. In which country did the two frogs live? Now children, as you all know, this is the story about two frogs who lived in the country Japan. Okay, and the first frog lived in a ditch in the town of Osaka, near the town of Osaka, and the second frog lived in a stream in the town of Kyoto. So here in this question it has been asked that you have to name the country where the two frogs live. So the answer of this question will be the two frogs lived in Japan. I repeat the answer. The two frogs lived in Japan. The name of the country here is Japan. Now come to question number 2. Which place did the frog who lived in Kyoto want to visit? Now you have to tell the place where the frog who lived in the Kyoto. Kyoto is the name of a town. Want to visit. Now the frog which is living in the town Kyoto wanted to visit which place? The name of the place you have to tell. So the answer of this question will be the frog who lived in Kyoto wanted to visit Osaka. He wanted to visit the town Osaka. Question number 3 is, where did the two frogs meet? Means you have to tell the meeting point where the two frogs met. So answer of this question will be the two frogs met at the top of the mountain. Here observe that the past form of meet will be met. So the spelling of met will be M-E-T. Okay children, I repeat the answer once again. The two frogs met at the top of the mountain. So children, I hope you have understood all the short answer type questions. Now we will read out long answer type questions. What do the frogs believe till this day? Means at last what do the frogs believe till the last day? They both believe that Osaka and Kyoto, which are as different as two towns, can look exactly the same. Now because of their foolishness, they have come to know that Osaka and Kyoto, the town Osaka and Kyoto looks exactly the same. It's because of their foolishness. So children, I hope that you have understood short answer type questions and long answer type questions. So your today's homework assignment will be, you have to write down these short as well as long answer type questions in your CD notebook in neat and tidy writing. And the same thing you have to send it to me for the correction latest by 7 p.m. Okay children, so that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.